All right. Said something live, so waiting on the computer to kick in to see how do I sound. Okay. There go the sound. I don't know what to really say as of right now. The more that I read into this story, the more that it saddens me. And that's real talk. But however, I'm going to do the best I can to go on with it and give you my thoughts on this story. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chris Thorne Show. What's up, everybody? This your man, Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. My man, Mike in the bed. What up, Mike? Inappropriate question. What's up, bro? Ebony, what's going on, love? Beverly, what's going on? KD came in earlier. And shout out to my brother from another mother, DJ Just J. He came in earlier. And if y'all hadn't hit the thumbs up, please do so now. Y'all know what, to be honest, I'm nervous in doing this story. My stomach is twisting and turning, and I don't know why. Because I've been doing this 2.5 years, and there's a story that I never have done that I was scared to touch or ever been nervous to touch. But this story right here, I'm nervous as fuck to do. And I don't know why. I don't know, because I don't know what to really say or where to go with it. I don't know what it is. But this story really got me feeling some type of way. It really do. And like I posted on my community wall, it's a damn shame that 2019 haven't even came in good yet. And we already having young ladies, young children succumbing to the ignorance of people. What up, Brother Sykes? You just gotta, you just having a lot of young ones, little kids, losing their life to the ignorance of people. And it's always 9 times out of 10, it's our people. Hey, La Green. And y'all can hear it in my voice, this is fucking with me. This story is fucking with me. Because it from what I'm reading so far, you got a lot of shit that's going on with this story. You don't know which way to go. I think my man DJ Just J did this story a few days ago. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to it. I heard of it. And thanks to Darcy, she's been trying to keep me up on it. So I appreciate her for that. And of course, I went and did my little research and found what I could. You understand? I'm trying to get myself together, y'all, so I get on with the show, man, because I promise you, this shit is sickening. I saw a post today on Instagram, and it was probably one of the best posts I've seen on Instagram. And somebody who follows me, and I follow them. She says, fuck R. Kelly. Fuck him. Not fuck what he did, but fuck him. What we need to do is try to get to the bottom of what happened to this young girl. I say, you know what? You're absolutely right. In this world, we got bigger fish to fry than what R. Kelly did. And what he did, I'll put it to you like this. I had a couple people ask me to talk. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm not going to say shit about that. I'm not. I just put it like this. Hey, Princess X. As far as that goes with his situation, I don't put the 100% blame on neither party. I think everybody had to take some kind of blame in that. Seriously. From what I saw, from what I heard, everybody have to take some kind of blame for their situation. Okay? So that's all I really got to say about that. And the only thing I got left, only question I got about the R. Kelly situation is, what now? What now? Now all this that came out, what now? What's going to happen now? That's my question. What's going to happen now? Is anybody going to pursue anything, or hey, y'all just did this just to tell your story? What now? What now? What up, Morph? And again, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. All right, so let me get right into it, y'all. So y'all see the pictures of shuffling, scrolling at the bottom, a pretty baby with a pretty smile. I think a lot of babies have pretty smiles. They so precious when they're young. We are so precious when we're young, and sometimes we just be like, y'all get on our nerves when y'all kids, but at the same time, I don't want you to grow up because you're so cute, you're so beautiful. That's how I was with my little sister. My little sister was the baby. I kept saying, I don't want her to grow up because she was so cute as a baby, all the stuff she was doing to make you laugh, and we wrestling and, and all that stuff. We had fun when she was a baby. We had fun. But unfortunately, they have to grow. And when she got up age, you can't do none of it no more, because she got up age. So, fortunately for me, my little sister is still here on this God green earth. God knows how I would be if this were her in this situation. God knows how I would be if this were her in this situation. You understand? So that's one thing I want to say about little kids. And that's why I say this young lady would not get a chance to see what a difference she probably would have made in this world. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get myself together, but this shit is sickening. It is. So she won't get a chance to see the difference that she would be able to make in this world. All right? So before I go any further, I want to point out some details that I did hear by ear. Okay? I'm going to point out some things that I did hear by ear. And what I heard by ear is there was a sketch given, and it's supposed to be of a bearded white man. But nobody was never caught because the sketch was wrong. It wasn't a white man at all. Guess who it was? One of us that did it. And from what my understanding is, it was gang-related. Gang-related, mistaken identity. And that's what cost this young lady, her life, mistaken identity, because you got jackasses out there who just ready to gangbang didn't make something of themselves, but I get called a coon because I talk about stuff like this. Don't y'all know I did that McDonald's video? And you had 2 jackasses in my comment section talking about I'm a coon. How the fuck I'm a coon? What the fuck I do is say to be a fucking coon? You know, but you know, that's how it is. When you speak truth and when you speak on each other, we automatically label coons. But you never hear none of these motherfuckers call these white motherfuckers who actually do shit to us. They never call them coons. Okay? But it's only the black people call the other black people coons. I never understood that word. I don't like that word. I think it's a dumb-ass word. I think it's a stupid-ass word. But you know what? I didn't block them because I wanted people to see the dumb shit that people say in the comment section. When they feel like you're not kissing their ass. This the dumb shit that they say. All right? My man Deshaun in the building, LEG2G. She said, hello, I'm a new subscriber. You have a great personality, great story. Yes, this is sickening. Thank you, Ellie, but I think I seen you over here once before, but thank you for coming back over. You know, and I really don't care about how many people is in the chat room right now. I mean, I would like to have a nice size audience for this one, but, you know, I really just don't care. I guess y'all get it when y'all get it. And shout out to my man Huggy for sharing out this show. You know, one thing I can say about that brother, you know, whether you like him or not, he's not in this for the views. All right, he's not in this for the views. He do what he do to get what he say off his chest. But people like me, he look at me and say, I want you to get your subs up. I want you to get your views up because you're more passionate about it than me. So I'm going to do what I can to help you get your shit up. And I appreciate that man for doing that. And every time I tell him, hey, put this on your wall, he had no problem doing it if he get the message in time. So shout out to him. Like him or not, shout out to him for doing this. Sorry, y'all. Let's get right into it. This one right here, La Green, I wasn't saying that to take no shot at you, dear. There wasn't no shot or nothing. It wasn't. I'm just saying, you know, every time I tell him or ask him to do it, he'll do it. So don't take it as I'm saying that he's the only one that's doing it. Please don't take it like that because it's quite a few of y'all that do it every time I go live. But you know what I'm saying? Let me get right into it. You know, this right here says, suspect charged with murder of 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes in case of mistaken identity. They say it's a second man in custody. I don't know who the first man is, but anybody who tell me who the first man is, you know, share the information with me. Well, I got a few things I got pulled up that I'm going to share with y'all as the show goes on. So right now, let's see what's going on right here, and we'll take it from here. All right, so let's go.
To those new developments now in the killing of 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes, shot in her family's car in Houston, where one man has been arrested, a second held as a person of interest, and the suspect now says Jazmine and her family were not the intended targets. ABC's Marcus Moore has the latest.
We are learning new details in the shooting death of 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes, a death her family initially feared was racially motivated. In a major break, investigators have arrested 20-year-old Eric Black Jr., charging him with capital murder in connection with Jazmine's death. Initially, investigators were focusing on the possible suspect, a white male wearing a hoodie. Now we understand the case may have been one of mistaken identity. A gunman opened fire on the family's car early in the morning on New Year's Eve as they headed to a local shop, killing little Jazmine in front of her mother and sisters. Right away, police began searching for a white male driving this red pickup truck.
It's very likely that the last thing they did see was that indeed that red truck and that driver that was in that truck.
Police now believe that man may have simply been a bystander. A tip first received by prominent civil rights activist Sean King provided new information in the case.
We do know that there was a red truck involved. We believe now that that red truck and the driver is most likely just a witness.
Jazmine's distraught family is grateful for the arrest.
It was a sigh of relief that the police did their job and found who they feel is the right suspect.
It won't bring back this smiling face, but the arrest is a small step towards justice for this little girl who wanted to be a teacher.
Well, obviously we were surprised by that the suspect was not who was repeatedly described. by so many independent witnesses. But for this family, it didn't matter if he was black or if he was white.
And Eric Black is expected back in court later today on that charge of capital murder. Robin.
And keeping in mind that Jazmine's funeral is tomorrow. All right, Mars, thank you.
They say her funeral is tomorrow, so let me see, when did they post this? This was on the 6th, today is the 7th, so tomorrow will be her funeral. I'm curious as to, are they going to air her funeral or whatnot? So, yeah, her funeral is tomorrow. That Sean King dude, I don't know much about him, but a lot of people's upset with him. And I got something pulled up as to why they upset with him, and I will read that in a minute. But a lot of people is upset with him. I don't know what this man did. I don't know what he said. I don't know what the fuck. But a lot of people is upset with him. They are. And I like what my man Jay Dizzle said. He said, it is racially motivated. Nigga killed an innocent little black girl. I like how you put that, bro. But we're not going to call that out. You understand? We're not going to call that out. And it's amazing that you are right that nobody's out speaking. I don't hear no outrage. I don't hear anything. Only thing I hear is silence. Only thing I'm hearing now, there's people want it to be a white person that killed this baby, and so they can have an uproar. But where's the uproar now? Where's the uproar now? Or maybe I missed the uproar. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm missing it. Right. So let me pull up this article right here. And let me switch over. And like Green, if you still in the chat room, you know, if you wanna let your people know that I'm talking about this, you more than welcome to. But other than that though, you don't have to. You don't. So this right here, it says, man arrested in Jazmine Barnes' death didn't match the police sketch. Here are some possible reasons why. I had to do this because this was interesting, you know. I don't know who made this sketch and said it was well, excuse me, not who made it, but who gave the cop the description that it was a white male, a white bearded male at that. And I would like to hear myself, you know, what they saying, that the possible reasons why. I don't know if I need to play this or not, because I think I just did this or whatnot, but hold on. Well, let's go. Let's go.
He was not there. It was not fair. He intentionally killed my child for no reason.
What up, T?
My baby from me, and you have no care in the world.
So I have a 5-year-old daughter, man. So, you know, That could have been anybody in that position on this team.
I'm praying that she's gonna come walking through this door any second and say, April Fools. It's like it's a dream to me. Like I would have never in a million years thought that my baby would be gone.
It appears to us, based on the information that we received, this was likely a case of mistaken identity, where the intended targets were likely someone else, but instead they fired upon LaPortia, Jazmine, and her siblings.
President Trump now considering an unprecedented move to get his border wall.
I made it. I don't need that plan at all. You know the old saying that a lot of people say, they said, if I'm saying this right, hell hath no fury than a woman scorn. Well, what do they say about a mother who shed tears and loses because she lost a loved one? What do they call that? Not sure, do they call that scorn, or what exactly do they call that? But what do you call a mother who lost a young one and the heart is broken and just sadness for now? What do you call that? All right. I think they interviewed the mom right here, so let me play this right here and see what this is right here. Every clip I got, I'm just going to play it for y'all, let y'all hear it for yourself.
Mrs. Washington, I'm so sorry for your loss, first of all. Thank you so much for talking to us during this difficult time. I know you're in the hospital right now recovering. This is still very raw for you and devastating for your family. Your family can't physically be there with you to comfort you because you are recovering in the hospital. But tell us, what is going through your mind at this moment?
At this moment right now, every time I wake up, I want it to be a dream. I want to wake up and see my 7-year-old run through the door and give me a hug and a kiss. Is all so unreal to me right now. And my daughter's life was taken from us over hatred, over whatever kind of feelings this man had in his heart. My child was taken away from us for no reason.
What is your message to the man?
I just want him to be a man and turn himself in, because my child I would never get to see my child again. And you took her away from me behind whatever that was going on in your head. And I don't know if it was some kind of hatred, violent hatred, if it was a hate crime or what it was. Mm-hmm. But you could plainly see through my windows. I have no tint on my windows or anything. So you see that it was a mother, a black mother, with 4 beautiful children, girls in this car. You see straight through this car. So with no reason, even if something did happen, when you fired that first shot and you seen my kids in that car, you should have stopped. You should have stopped. You took my baby from me, and you have no care in the world. And I just wish you would turn yourself in. Be a man about it and turn yourself in.
Wow. If any of y'all, what up, Logic? If any of y'all anything like me, to hear certain people cry, it does something to you. To hear certain people cry, where me, a man in the female category, when I hear certain females cry, something about that cry, man, you know, you try to act like you don't give a shit, but that shit fucks with you too when you hear they cry. And I done met and have several people in my life that when I hear these girls cry, it does something to me, you know. And me, I'm not very expressive, you know, to try to say words to make you feel better, you know. I don't know how to do that. I mean, considering my take on how I deal with women myself. So I don't know what words to say to make you feel better. I just have to sit there and just listen to you. And the only thing I can tell you is it's going to get better. I don't think that helps any when you tell somebody it's going to get better, because I feel like if you tell them it's going to get better, what if it don't? Just what if it don't? So a lot of times I just sit there and just have to sit up there and listen. And the shit fucks with me to the point that it damn near make you want to cry, you know? Especially with children. You know how children, when they do their first cry, you know, it doesn't bother you. But when they do that long cry where you don't hear them for a minute, it's like it takes their breath away. And then their voice come back in crying. You know, sometimes that shit fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? To hear a child cry like that. Because when they cry like that, it makes me feel like somebody abusing them. But really, they not. You know, they just crying because some parents let the child cry because they say, you know, that's how they expand their lungs if you let them cry, you know. So and I remember my mom did it to my sister a couple of times. She let her cry till she couldn't cry no more. And that's the first time I ever seen it, that a baby cried till they couldn't cry no more. And I was like, well, you know, if it helps, then, you know, hey, I'll say do that sometimes, you know, instead of every time they crying, picking them up all the time. Because, you know, I guess in a sense, I feel like if you do that they can always cry, and you're going to always, you know, say go and pick them up and give them a pass for what they have done. You understand? So, hey, Lane, how you doing, love? Thank you. Logic must put this on his wall. If he did, I appreciate that, man. You know, any share will help, brother. Any share will help. So, let's read it to this, because they saying, you know, like I said, the title says, you know, the man arrested in Jazmine Barnes' death during the Master Police sketch, and here are some possible reasons why. All right. So CNN says this. After 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes was killed, eyewitness said the suspect who suddenly opened fire on her mom's car was a bearded white man in his 40s, driving a red pickup truck. Jazmine and her mom and sisters are African American. As the case gained national attention, suspicions were that it was racially motivated attack. I want y'all, let me pause right there for a minute. Like I said earlier, do y'all see how quick they said that a white person done it? And it's almost as if now, like Jay Dixon said, nobody's saying nothing now. But when everybody thought it was a white man, not everybody coming together kumbaya. But now they find out it's a Negro, an asshole, a jackass that did it. I don't hear shit. Not a motherfucking thing. Again, unless I missed it, I don't hear shit from nobody. Thank you, Lot Green. I seen the notification come on my computer. Thanks, dear. Thank you so much. I don't hear shit from nobody because everybody thought it was a white man. Everybody wanted to be a white man so they could have something to shout about. These racist crackers, these racist rednecks, and all this shit. All right, fine. Have that. You have the right to have that outrage. But why it seem like everybody backpedaling now? Now that we find out it's not a white man, where's everybody at now? Where's everybody at now? Where you at, Sean King? All right, where you at? Where you at, Black Lives Matter? Where you at? Hey, I even go so further. Where the Me Too people at? Where they at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Even with that, pro-blacks, where you at? Well, pro-blacks, I mean, that's talking to a brick on the wall, asking the pro-blacks where y'all at. Y'all act like black folks don't do shit wrong. So, yeah, asking where y'all at, just talking to a brick wall. So, you know, ain't no point of asking where y'all at, you know. Jazmine and her mom and sisters are African American. As the case gained national attention, suspicions were that it was a racially motivated attack. But when investigators identified a suspect on Saturday, he looked nothing like the initial composite sketch of the suspect created based on witness report. Eric Black Jr., 20 years old, is African American, and so is a second suspect, according to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. Again, where y'all at? Attorney Esley Merritt, I think this the same guy who had his hand in the Amber Geiger case. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's him. Attorney Esley Merritt, who is representing Jazmine's family, said her relatives welcome news of the arrest, even though the suspect race came as a surprise. I'm not surprised. Why everybody surprised? I'm not. On Sunday, authorities said the shooting was likely a case of mistaken identity. The sheriff says that it does not appear that the shooting was related to race. In a week, the description of the suspect and the circumstances that may have led to a death change. Here are some factors that might explain why that happened. Here we go. LaPortia Washington, 30, and her 4 daughters were in the car. Wow, 4 daughters. Damn. All her babies was in the car. Last Sunday on a coffee run to a local convenience store. It was around 7 a.m., Washington said, and the girls were still in their pajamas. Witnesses said that someone in a pickup truck pulled up alongside Washington and fired into her car, the Harris County Sheriff's Office said. Washington's oldest daughter, Alexis Dilbert, was in the front seat. Oh my God. Wow. She told CNN last week she remembered making eye contact with a man who pulled up close to them. His eyes was blue. His face was kind of thin and pale, she said. Based on the family's description, investigators released a composite sketch of the suspect. He was white with a thin build, in his 30s to 40s, with a 5 o'clock shadow. Gonzalez said he believes they were truthfully recounting what they remember. This just went down very quickly when the gunfire erupted, the sheriff said. And they go to composite sketch right there, you know, 2 different things right there. And he go Merritt right here, what he said on Twitter. He said, obviously the man arrested don't fit the description of the multiple witnesses or the sketch. Initially, the fact made it difficult to accept the tip that resulted in these arrests. However, if the confession obtained is reliable, there is likely an explanation of the confusion. Right? 3 of Washington's children, Jazmine, a 6-year-old, and teenage daughter, were in the back seat, Washington said. The sheriff said the shooting was traumatizing to the children. You're talking about small children. They witnessed something very traumatic, and it's very likely that the last thing they did see was indeed the red truck and the driver that was in that truck, and that's what they remembered last. All right, another fact, it was dark. Gonzalez said the shooting happened before the sun rose in the eastern Harris County, and the darkness could also have impacted the eyewitness account. The sun then started to rise until about 7:15 or 7:16 that morning. So it was still dark when all this happening, the sheriff said Sunday. So there are a lot of different facets that could potentially impact someone's memory or what they saw at the time. Another factor, they saying a red truck happened to be there. Early in the investigation, Harris County investigator released a photo from surveillance footage of a red pickup. The sheriff urged the public to come forward with information if they saw this red pickup truck speeding along the service road that morning. Gonzalez said Sunday there was indeed a red pickup at the scene of the shooting. The driver had stopped at a traffic light with Washington shortly before the shooting started, close to 7 a.m. The pickup probably entered the Sam Houston tollway when the light turned green. We believe now that the red truck and the driver is most likely just a witness, either by sight or sound, to what actually transpired, Gonzalez said. The sheriff said authorities would still like to speak to the pickup driver who may be able to shed some light on what happened. Another tip, witness accounts are often unreliable. At least 4 other witnesses also reported seeing someone in a red truck fire at the vehicle, Merritt said. But witnesses' accounts are inherently fallible. Generally speaking, when we were talking about these kind of events, we were talking about something that happens quickly, is unexpected, said Gary Wells, a psychology professor at Iowa State University who is an expert in eyewitness testimony. The brain isn't really wired to record verbatim accounts of things, but rather is wired only to record the gist of the things. That's especially the case in the dangerous circumstances, he said. When we become fearful, all of our mental resources tend to go towards survival. That's why we duck, we run, he said. None of our mental resources are really going to be forming long-term memories. It's not functional. What's functional for survival is to survive. He said sketches are also unreliable and often lead law enforcement down the wrong path. When we see a face, we don't remember a face based on its individual features, well said. We don't know the nose, we don't know the lips or the mouth or the chin or the eyes. We know the whole face as a whole. Police were acting on the information they had. As tips poured in, investigators canvassed streets and tried to track down surveillance video, Gonzalez said. By the middle of last week, police received an anonymous tip that would redirect the investigation away from a white man driving a red pickup, Gonzalez said. Leon, what up, brother? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Happy New Year's to you. Hit that like for you, boy. Gonzalez said that the tipster had approached writer and activist Sean King days earlier, and King passed the tip on to the police. King and Mary helped raise $100,000 reward for information leading to the suspect's arrest. The tipster said Black and another person identified in court as LW had mistaken Jazmine family vehicle for another vehicle, the affidavit said. That's a damn shame. The sheriff said the tip provided a little bit of a different angle and required further review. We had some very basic information and it just didn't quite get at that time, the sheriff said. Investigators followed up and began to develop the tip more, he said. It really came to a head yesterday and pieces started falling together very rapidly, the sheriff said Sunday. Black was pulled over Saturday for not using his turn signal and was arrested for marijuana possession according to an affidavit read in court. And there go Eric right there. There he go. Black confessed to homicide investigation that he drove the vehicle used in a shooting while a man in the passenger seat opened fire, according to the affidavit. Gonzalez declined to name the second person, citing the pending investigation, but prosecutors identified Larry Woodruff as the second suspect in the court hearing for Black on Saturday morning, the Houston Chronicle reported. Jail records indicate that Woodruff is currently in custody on the drug possession charges. He has not been charged in connection with the shooting. Regardless of the suspect race, the family was surprised and relieved by the arrest, Merritt said. They wanted the right person to be convicted, not a white person, Merritt said. And that would be the end of that article. Let me say this right here. I am a fair, what up, Brielle? I am a fair believer that what happens in the dark does come to the light. And it could be the littlest shit that get you caught. Either you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, or you could be at the right place, but still at the wrong time. You got caught because you didn't use your turn signal. That little shit right there. Your punk ass got caught because you didn't use a turn signal. You thought your whole ass got away, but your turn signal got you caught. Again, What happens in the dark comes to the light. I believe that shit. And they just showed it right there. That shit came to the light. All because you forgot to use your turn signal. Now, a lot of cops down here, they don't really fuck with you for something like that. I guess unless it's a busy road, then maybe they'll fuck with you on something like that. But then other cities and states may be hardcore about you doing proper driving techniques. And if they are doing that, then, you know, they not wrong, because the job is to try to prevent as many accidents as possible. And you can't have an accident just not using your turn signal. How many times have y'all been driving and you driving behind somebody and they turn in the lane or get in the turning lane and you try to get that turn lane too, but they put on no signal and you been in there and everybody smack the fuck out of them? Hey, Carol, how you doing, love? Good evening. How many times have y'all been driving or had that happen that, you know, somebody switching lane, they didn't turn on the turn signal? Hey, Ms. Aries. Hey, love, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. I hit that thumbs up and let people know that I'm live. How many times that happened? Or, like I said, how many times have you tried to get in that same turning lane? Whether you trying to turn right or turn left, and these fools cut in front of you and don't cut on no turn signal, no nothing. We all have been in this situation before where we almost smacked the fuck out of somebody because they're not doing proper driving. That's why they say, when you drive, hey, Andrea, how you doing, love? That's why they say, when you drive, you're not only driving for you, you're driving for other people, because you got dumbasses that just drive any kind of way, any condition, especially down here in Memphis. Down here in Memphis, these fools down here drive crazy in any weather. It could be sleet, it could be snow, it could be rain. They still be balling. Where I stay at, there's a curve. That whole road just curves until you get to a certain part of the road. And I'd have seen dumbasses sit up there and ran off the road because they driving too damn fast coming across that curve. Because they driving too damn fast coming across that curve. I remember just not too long ago, I was coming home and I was shocked at what I saw. This guy, black guy, truck is off the side of the road. And he was on the phone. I guess he called a tow truck. And I looked, I said, damn, because that's a nice car he had too. It looked like it was a Suburban or Escalade or something. That shit was over there in the trees and shit, off in that ditch. And I said, you know what? Y'all gonna fucking learn to slow your ass down when you come across them curves. And you got some jackasses, even though you going around them curves, if they feel like you driving too slow, they'll still there switch lane trying to come around you. Don't give a damn if a car coming or not. And I be saying to myself sometimes, you know what? Just one day, and I know I'm wrong for saying this, just one day, I want to see when you motherfuckers do that while a car coming and see what happens then. I do. Lord forgive me for saying that. But I want to see that. Since you motherfuckers so impatient about driving, I want to see when you motherfuckers try to pass me around that curve while a car coming and see what happens. Seriously. And see what happens. You know? And maybe you learn your fucking lesson then to slow your ass down. You understand? But, hey, everybody don't have the same mindset that I have. All right? And so, again, with this guy right here, what happens in the dark comes to the light, and that's what happened to him. He thought he was getting away with it, but that light caught up with his ass. And it was a turn light that got him caught because he didn't use it. Yes, exactly, Vanessa. Exactly. Welcome to the show. It has something to do with Game Lady. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming to the show. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. You're already coming in hitting on facts, so appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know. So I have too, Curl. I'm gonna tell you what I'm nervous when I'm driving. I'm nervous when I'm coming around curves, and Lord knows I'm nervous when I'm driving beside a big ass 18-wheeler. I try my best to get away from them motherfuckers. Them 18-wheelers, I try my best to get away from it. I don't like driving beside them 18-wheelers because they got a saying that says, if you can't see my mirrors, then I can't see you. And they right, because if they don't see you, they're going to switch that lane, and they're going to run your ass clean up off the road. All right? Oh, wow. Damn, for real? Damn, Vanessa, that's fucked up. She said she stayed not far from where it happened. Shit. So, Vanessa, if I may ask you, what was your first thought when you heard this? I mean, man, what was your first thought when you heard this? And if you want to come in and shed some light about everything, you know, I'll open up my call number if you want to call in and shed some light on everything. But I had to ask you, you know, when you heard about this, you know, what was your mindset when you heard this? And did you believe that it was a white person in the beginning? That would be the most important question right there. Did you believe it was a white person in the beginning? Andrea said, I got sideswiped, sir, to just sitting still. Wow. Wow. Don't make no damn sense. Don't make no damn sense. Well, I don't need to be showing that one because they ain't doing nothing but pretty much repeating everything that was said. And again, thanks for everybody that's coming through and watching. You know, y'all getting them thumbs up. I appreciate it. Well, like I said, I was nervous at first, but I'm getting my groove back. So y'all can tell that now I'm getting my groove back. You know, again, Darcy is one of the people who label me as a child advocate. And I kind of like that title. But like I told her, you know, what's good at having that title when I can't save the children from ignorance and I can't save them from death so soon, you know, and sprinkle some magic dust to protect these babies from all types of harm, you know, but unfortunately it just can't happen. It can't happen. But, however, I guess with her, my voice is enough that I even speak on stuff like this. So, you know, I'll take it for what it is, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, Kerr said, their tires, if they blow, will throw your car almost as far as a football field is long. Wow. Wow. Well, I just hope that I just hope that never happened to me. I just hope they never happen to me. She said, something happened to my daughter. I will want you in my corner. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Real talk. I appreciate that. But all right, let's continue, and I'm finna get into why people are upset with Shaun King. They are upset with him. They look like right here they calling him an opportunistic outrage, whereas what they saying. So I guess they label him as an opportunist. Anger about comparatively, rare white on black, hate lets advocate ignore a far more pervasive reality. And this was put out today. So again, like I said, I don't know much about Shaun King, but I heard he's supposed to be an activist. He's supposed to be a guy who speak on stuff like this when it happens. You know, but people aren't too happy with him right now. So let me read to you what they are saying. They say he's an anti-cop activist. Shaun King says that his involvement in the campaign around the Jazmine Bond murder was not driven by reports that a white man had killed a 7-year-old girl who was gunned down in Houston on December the 30th. According to Bond's mother and 15-year-old sister, the white driver of a pickup truck had pulled up next to the family's car before opening fire. The accusation set off a frenzy of hate crime allegations. Remember, when they thought it was white, everybody was up in an uproar when they thought he was a white person. All right? It set off a frenzy of hate crime allegations and blanket coverage by the New York Times. King offered a $100,000 reward to anyone who located the suspect. As it turned out, Jazmine Barnes was killed by 2 black men. Not even one white man. He was killed by 2 black men. She was killed by 2 black men, who opened fire on her mother's car because they thought they were targeting enemies of their gang. This is why I say, you know, in one of my streams, I remember when I said that I don't understand why a mother will allow a man to bring the street life into their home. Meaning if he's out selling coke or he out doing this dope boy shit and y'all got a child together and y'all stay together, you know, why would you allow that to come in your home? And vice versa. If you got a dude and the woman is out there in a dope game on a dope track and y'all got children together and y'all stay together, why would you allow that to bring that shit to your home knowing that shit will follow you? It will follow you to your home. It could be a bad deal, or if you want the top-notch motherfuckers on the street, they want your money. It could be anything. And with a lot of these people, they try to get it by any means necessary. Literally, by any means necessary. Even if it means to kill your child. What's that child's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Hey, nigga, see, how you doing? What's the child name that they say he was led to an alley and they shot him execution style? Was that Tamir Rice? I'm not sure if that was him or not. I may got him confused. But it was a young boy they led down an alley and they shot him execution style due to the dad. As a matter of fact, I think I just read that not too long ago. I forget the young boy name, but if y'all remember his name, put it in the chat room for me. Put it in the chat room for me. Anyway, what it said, as it turned out, Jazmine Barnes was killed by 2 black men who opened fire on her mother's car because they thought that they were targeting enemies of their gang. King passed on a tip about the real killers to the Houston police and now says that he merely internalized the pain of the family and tried to search as if it were my own child who was killed. Race, in other words, had nothing to do with his activism. All right. It's worth remembering, though, the many other black children who have been victims of drive-by shootings without leading King to launch a national crusade. A sampling in March 2015, a 6-year-old boy was killed in a drive-by shooting on West Florissant Avenue in St. Louis as Black Lives Matter protests were converging on the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department to demand that the resignation of the entire department in August 2015. In August 2015, a 9-year-old girl was killed by a bullet from a drive-by shooting in Ferguson while doing her homework in her bedroom. She was doing her homework in her bedroom and she was shot and killed doing a drive-by. Again, you people allow this shit to come to your home. You have children together. All right? And this is the outcome that happens. Regardless of what you say, you don't ask for this, you didn't ask for this. No, verbatim, you didn't ask for this. But for every action, there's an opposite reaction. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. So she was doing her homework in her bedroom. Hey, Natural, how you doing? Good evening, good evening. Blocks from the Black Lives Matter rioting thoroughfare. 5 children were shot in Cleveland over the 2015 4th of July weekend. A 7-year-old boy was killed in Chicago that same weekend by a bullet intended for his father. In Cincinnati in July 2015, a 4-year-old girl was shot in the head and a 6-year-old girl was left paralyzed and partially blind from 2 separate drive-by shootings. In Cleveland, 3 children, 5 and younger, were killed in September 2015. leading a black police chief to break down in tears and ask why the community owner protests shootings of blacks when the perpetrator is a cop. In November 2015, a 9-year-old in Chicago was lured into an alley. Whoa, okay, this is the one I'm talking about. In November 2015, a 9-year-old in Chicago was lured into an alley and killed by his father's gang enemies. The father refused to cooperate with the police. All told, 10 children, 10 children under the age of 10 were killed in Baltimore in 2015. 12 victims were between the age of 10 and 17. And I think I did a video or something about that, about 10 children under the age was killed. I think I did something on that. In 2016, a 3-year-old girl in Baltimore was partially paralyzed by a drive-by shooting in Chicago. In Chicago 2016, 24 children under the age of 12 were shot in drive-bys, including a 3-year-old boy mowed down on Father's Day on 2016, who is now paralyzed for life, and a 10-year-old boy shot in August. His pancreas, intestines, kidney, and spleen were torn apart. A Jacksonville 22-month-old was shot to death by a passing car last June. In September, 3 men killed 3-year-old Azalea Anderson in a drive-by in Sacramento, and a week before Christmas in Bridgeport, a 12-year-old boy was shot and killed on his way home from the candy store in a drive-by shooting. They said, why did King let these shootings of black children go by without responding as he did to Jazmine Barnes' murder? Could it be because the perpetrators were black? You could end all white shootings of black children tomorrow, and it would have zero effect on the death rate of black children by homicide, because such white on black shootings are extremely rare. Moral abominations like the 2015 Charleston Church massacre by white supremacist Dylan Roof are aberrations that belong to the outermost lunatic fringe of American society. The country revulsion at the Charleston carnage was immediate and universal, resulting in a movement to banish the Confederate flag embraced by Roof as a white supremacist symbol from official sites. As for interracial violence, generally blacks disproportionately commit it. Between 2012 and 2015, there was 631,830 violent interracial victimization, excluding homicide between blacks and whites, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. Blacks, who make up 13% of the U.S. population, committed 85.5% of those victimizations, or 540,360 felonious assaults on whites, while whites, 61% of the population, committed 14.4% of 91,470 felonious assaults on blacks. Regarding threats to blacks from the police, a police officer is 18.5 times more likely to be killed by a black male than an unarmed black male is to be killed by a police officer. If Shaun King and other Black Lives Matter activists really want to save black children from the trauma of urban violence, they should put their efforts into rebuilding inner city culture, above all by revalorizing a married father as the best gift a mother can give her child. Do y'all hear that? A married father as the best gift of a mother can give her child fantasies. give her child. Then it goes on to say, fantasies about white violence against black bodies are a distraction for what is actually happening on American streets. And I think that's the end of that. So, now we see why people are upset with Shaun King. Now we see why they're upset with Shaun King. And they have the right to ask that question, why you let all that other stuff slide by, but you want to participate in this one. My man, Brother Sykes said, Kings and others don't promote strong men in the house. Like I said, I don't know much about King, but apparently from what I just read right there, no, he don't promote it. Don't sound like he promote it. Then Brother Sykes said earlier, why is it no outrage until it's race-related? Children suffer daily and nothing is said. That's the beef folks have with King. He and others on the call out when a horrific story benefits them. Sad. Reading this, brother, that's what it appears to be. That's what it appears to be. That's what it appears to be. So, but at the end of the day, the whole thing just crazy. It just fucked up. All places, up, down, left, and right, north, south, east, and west. It just fucked up all over the place. A child now can't be an innocent child. Being an innocent child still had their life taken away from them. And they weren't doing nothing wrong but being a child. But again, we're all the pro-blacks who love to use that word coon. Where are you at? I want to see how many videos y'all going to make calling this dude a coon. I want to see how many videos y'all going to make calling the second guy who was involved a coon. How many videos y'all going to make calling them coons, hoe-ass niggas, punk bitches, and all that? How many of y'all gonna make videos saying that? It probably gonna be many of y'all, because a lot of y'all disappointed that it wasn't a white dude. Y'all was hoping it's a white dude so y'all can make all the videos in the world. But now since it's not a white dude, everybody shut the fuck up now. Not me, baby. Not me. Now, I'm saying all pro-blacks are idiots? Not at all, because I'm actually cool with a couple of them. All right? But all the other ones, I'm the coon. Because I'm speaking out on this. I'm the coon. But you got to think about this. A man who never harmed anybody. I never stuck up anybody. Never stuck a gun in nobody's face or none of this shit. So you label me as a coon, then coon is a good thing. Because coons don't bother nobody. So you label me as a coon, then, I'll take that. I'll take that. Doreen Mostella said, hey, y'all new subs, sit over here by hugging. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. So, yeah. Even the pro-blacks are not in the uproar on this. And I wonder why. Mm-mm. Anyway, another young lady gone too soon. And like I said in the beginning, she's not going to have a chance to see or have an impact on this world because you had two assholes who wanted to get at somebody so bad They didn't give a fuck. They just started spraying. They just didn't give a fuck. They just want to get at somebody that bad that they sprayed up the vehicle. And now they mistake the little child for somebody else. That's crazy. That's crazy. Other than that, y'all, that's all I really have to say about this. You know, this is tragic. This is sick. And everything that you want to call it. There's nothing nice that you can say about this. Even if you try. I don't even think there's a bright side you can even try to look at this. You know, other than you might can say, you know, at least you don't have to suffer with the bullshit that's going on in this world. But what good is they going to do? You know, but what's good they going to do? My man JD said, it doesn't fit the pro-black narrative. They can't blame this on white supremacy or Trump. Thank you. They cannot. They cannot. But they'll try to. They'll try to. They still going to say it's his fault. They still going to say it's his fault. You know. Yeah, so that's my show for tonight. That's my thoughts on it. We got to do better. And you know how people always say, you know, the media always making black folks look like this. The media always making black folks look like that. That may be true. And that may be true. That may be true in some aspects. But who are giving them the ammunition to use it? That's the question. Who is giving them the ammunition to use it and make us look like that? As long as they got ammunition, the media is going to use it. World Star Hip Hop is going to use it. Fly Hike is going to use it. What's the other one called? Live Leaks is going to use it. Facebook is going to use it. Instagram is going to use it. As long as we keep giving them ammunition to use it, they're going to continue to use it. And it's going to always be in the media. So who should you be more mad at? The websites? Social media? Or us who put this shit on social media for it to be talked about? And then you want to get mad when people criticize you for your dumb shit. All right? You don't want them to talk about it? Don't give them nothing to talk about. All right? That's my best answer to you on that. Anyway, y'all, I'm your man Chris Thorns. Thank you for joining me on this show, and that's all that I have to say about this. Rest in peace to young Jazmine Barnes, and to the mother. You know, you got my blessings, and my heart goes out to you. Okay, and I hope you get justice. And I hope you get justice for this. Because me personally, I don't advocate death. But I always say, though, when people kill people, they should get the same death as they cost the other person. They should get the same thing. Let them see how it feels when you hurt somebody. And maybe then, if they started doing that, maybe a lot of us would straighten up. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. If they start doing that, maybe a lot of us would straighten up. Damn, they shooting us. They shooting us now. Here, I shot that child. They said I got to get the same penalty that I gave that child. Well, why should you get anything better? I'm just saying. Why they should give you better versus give you the worst? When you gave that child the worst, that child ain't here no more. So why should the public or the judicial system give you better than what you deserve? Again, I'm just asking. I'm just saying. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.